Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steelers hire Tom Arth as QB coach. Arth was interviewed by Pittsburgh this week. The coaching news keeps coming out of Pittsburgh as the Steelers continue to add to their coaching staff. The Steelers are hiring Tom Arth as their quarterback's coach. Arth was the passing game specialist for the Los Angeles Chargers last season under Brandon Staley and was interviewed yesterday by Pittsburgh. This comes immediately following the Steelers naming former Jets assistant Zach Azzanni as their new wide receivers coach. Pittsburgh also brought back quarterbacks coach Mike Sullivan in the same role. Earlier reports initially indicated that Arth's role would be as the Steelers' pass game coordinator, but both Jerry Dulac and Mike DeFabua have come out and said those reports were inaccurate. Fans wanted to see the Steelers look outside the organization this offseason when it came to building a new staff. Credit where it's due, they've done exactly that. This marks the third hire outside of the organization so far this hiring cycle, the biggest, of course, being offensive coordinator Arthur Smith. Arth was the head coach at John Carroll from 2013 to 16, as well as at Chattanooga from 2017 to 18 before taking the Akron job from 2019 to 21. He became the Chargers' pass game specialist in 2022. T.J. Watt had tough reaction to losing DPOY award. Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker T.J. Watt isn't taking his recent NFL Defensive Player of the Year snub lightly. The NFL on Thursday announced the winners of a handful of season-long awards during the annual NFL Honors Show. While Watt was listed as a finalist for the 2024 NFL DPOY award, he ended up losing to Cleveland Browns defensive end Myles Garrett. Watt may have caught wind of the result before the official announcement. The Steelers star posted on social media a full hour before the NFL Honors event began. "Nothing I'm not used to," wrote Watt using his official X account. Watt was named first-team All-Pro this season for the fourth time in his 7-year NFL career. Watt led the league in sacks with 19.0 sacks along with 4 forced fumbles and 1 interception. Garrett lagged behind Watt in the sacks department, finishing with 14.0 sacks of his own. But Garrett was the linchpin holding together a Browns defense that had a case as the NFL's best this past season. Cleveland allowed a league-best 270.2 yards per game. The Browns defender edged out his Steelers counterpart with 23 first-place votes, compared to Watt's 19. While Watt has a legitimate gripe to be upset, another finalist backed Garrett as well. Dallas Cowboys star Micah Parsons defended Garrett's claim to the award over both Watt and himself, calling Garrett the better player amongst the three. Parsons pointed to Garrett facing more double teams and having a great impact against opposing quarterbacks, something not as easily measured on the stat sheet. Whether Watt deserved to win or not, the Steelers standout will likely use the snub as fuel for next season. Browns star Myles Garrett draws 5-word message from Steelers T.J. Watt. Pittsburgh Steelers star T.J. Watt was not too happy about losing Defensive Player of the Year to Cleveland Browns pass rusher Myles Garrett. Garrett hauled in his first DPOY honor on Thursday night, edging Watt 165 to 140 in the voting. The powerful Browns star received 23 of 50 first-place votes to Watt's 19. Watt was not in attendance, but delivered a strong message on social media after the award was announced. "Nothing I'm not used to," Watt said. Watt won the award in 2021 and has been a finalist multiple times. He had a case for his second honor. Watt had an NFL best 19 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries and an interception. While Watt didn't agree, Dallas Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons, another finalist, backed Garrett for the award. Parsons responded to a tweet that called the voting a rigged job. "Horrible take. Myles was the better player." Parsons tweeted. "Reality of the situation. Myles faced way more double teams and effect on QBs. Fans, please stop looking at stats and look at film, please. Garrett made his presence consistently felt this season, despite playing through a shoulder injury during the back half of the season. He finished with 30 quarterback hits, 14 sacks, and 17 tackles for loss. While accepting his award, Garrett promised something bigger next season, hinting that his goal is the Super Bowl. "To the city of Cleveland, this one's for you," Garrett said. "We're going to be bringing home something bigger next time." Garrett spearheaded the defensive turnaround for the Browns. Under new defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz, who won Assistant Coach of the Year, the Cleveland defense was ferocious. The Browns led the league in total defense, allowing just 270.2 yards per game. However, things went awry in the postseason. The Houston Texans picked apart the Browns unit on the way to a 45-14 victory. Garrett was contained, registering just 2 tackles and no sacks. "We got beat," Garrett said after the loss. "We were outcoached, undermanned, and outgunned. The game wasn't that far away from us. It was all about the execution," Garrett continued. "Speaking as a defensive player, I know we could have executed a lot better." The Browns leaders gushed about Garrett after he was named the winner. Browns general manager Andrew Berry expects more hardware on Garrett's mantle by the time he calls it a career. "Hopefully the first of several," Berry said in a statement. "We are so proud of him. We see how hard he works every day. He represents our city and our franchise at such a high level. It's not just what he does on the field, but what he does off the field as well. Obviously, he's as dominant as a force as there is in the entire league, and we're so proud." Garrett has also drawn praise from his peers, including Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce. "Man, I'm glad I didn't have to go up against him this year," Kelce said during Super Bowl Media Day. "He was a terror, and looked to be that he's found his groove in the NFL, and I couldn't be happier for the city of Cleveland to have a guy like that, because he's in the communities, he's making a difference, and he's in it for the right reasons." One of the priorities for the Browns this offseason will be finding Garrett a capable pass rusher partner. Zadarius Smith is set to be a free agent after starting 16 games. And you, fan, what do you think about the situation of Myles Garrett? Leave your opinion in the comments.